Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're here checking out the Sims 4 Goth Galore cast kit. This is actually going to be the second kit that we received today, and it is one of two kits that we got to vote for as a community last year. They finally have arrived. I feel like it has taken forever. Anyway, the other kit, as I've already said, is a build kit. I haven't really felt a strong interest in either of these kits, if I'm being completely honest. But one thing I will say is I've kind of dabbled and peeked a little bit with the Goth Galore kit, and I think out of both of them, this one's definitely going to be my favorite. I've also come across some CC add-ons for this kit. I know, crazy, it just released, so I'll make sure to show or share those with you. And I wanted to say one last thing before we get into it. I wanted to let you guys know that both of these kits were purchased with my own money. They're not sponsored. Typically, I do get these codes for free under the EA Creator Network or the EA Creator Program. But for whatever reason, the codes are just taking a little bit longer today than they typically would. So I've just decided to purchase them with my own money because I'm very impatient and I wanted to get these reviews up ASAP. Hence why they are a little bit late. Dark and distinct. Variety isn't always about color. Sometimes it's about textures and embellishments. Add points of interest with mesh, belts, buckles, straps, and harnesses. Goth on the go. Your Sims will flirt with their dark sides in platform shoes and sleek silhouettes that are perfect for everyday wear, parties, or any occasion where they want to stand out. Just to give you guys a quick little preview before we dive in, this is the Goth Galore kit at a glance. Now we're going to dive right into makeup because with this kit, you get 3 brand new assets. Now, as you can see, you don't necessarily need it because using the base game and CC, you can easily create a goth look. However, I will say this, I absolutely love this eyeshadow. And again, with sliders, you can kind of customize these shadows to fit your personal preference or maybe the look that you're going for. So I was actually really surprised by these. They're very, very bold. Moving on to the lipstick over here. First, when I had put this lipstick on my Sim, I was like getting deja vu for a minute. I'm like, where have I seen this before? Realm of Magic, anyone? Well, if you were thinking the same thing, I'm here to say that the Realm of Magic lipstick is actually pretty different from the Goth Galore kit lipstick. And the main difference is just probably the shape. Granted, if you do have the Sims 4 Realm of Magic, they are pretty damn similar. So I don't necessarily feel like it's proprietary to the kit at all. The final asset in this category is the boldest of them all. On its own, it doesn't look too bad, but there are a couple other swatches in here. We have like a gray swatch, a red swatch, which looks like yeah, it looks like you know what. And then we have a pink swatch too, but I would say it looks better with the eyeshadow because it kind of just blends everything together. But on its own, I feel like you could definitely create some looks with it. Now we're going to move on to the accessories. For the accessories, we have a brand new pair of earrings. One side features, I think they're called spacers, and then the other side has just some thick hoops in them, which I think are really cool. And for the necklace, we have like this dog collar, chain link studded necklace kind of thing going on. What I really appreciate about the color story of this kit is that it's jewel toned, but also there is some pastels in here for our pastel goth. So there's definitely some color, but of course it kind of teeters more towards like the neutral tones. And then we do have like some purples and things in here, which is definitely giving Amy, because, you know, she's always kind of had a little bit of a gothic side to her. Now, if we go down to the accessories for like the lower half of the body, we have a couple options. I am going to just change my Sims shirt for a quick little sec so you guys can actually see these. We have like this, what is like a little, like it's like a little bracelet, right? Like a studded bracelet. I don't know if y'all can see that. Actually, this is kind of smart. Let me just get really up close there if y'all can tell. I love that. And then the other item is actually just a pair of gloves that can be paired with the bracelet if you want. These are super, super sick. Now the color swatches for this are definitely a little more limited, but I think you have every option that you would probably want anyway. We're now heading into the clothing part of the catalog. Something I have noticed about the swatches is that there are multiple different meshes per swatch. So the idea of the shirt shirt can be in theory the same, but when you filter through the swatches, it can change the entire look just depending on what swatch you choose. I think that is pretty freaking cool and a super creative way to create multiple looks off of one item. The next item is this leather jacket. I think it's a great motorcycle style jacket, perfect for any sim, no matter if they're goth or not. I think it's just kind of a staple piece, which I love to see. This shirt here definitely like warmed a soft spot in my heart for some reason, because I love oversized shirts. And as you filter through the swatches, you can see what changes. Some swatches have like fishnet, others have like distressed fabric. We have some sheer sleeves on that other one there. So it's just fun to play around and kind of see what you get with each item. This next shirt is very reminiscent of the first one. There are obviously some very subtle differences here, but this is kind of what it looks like. I really like this one too, but again, it really does look like this shirt, except there are a couple different elements to it. The fifth asset in the tops category is a hoodie, but I want to play a game with you guys. It's called Spot the Difference. Just to spot the difference. Okay. Do you guys see what's happening here? I don't know what it is about this hoodie, but for some strange, really bizarre reason, it's making my Sims eyes bigger. Now, I want to chalk it up to maybe it's a slider issue, maybe it's mods, but if this is happening to you, let me know in the comments down below. But also, I'm not really mad at it because for some reason she looks really good with bigger eyes, so it's almost making me want to change her eye shape. So, I mean, like, let's just look at the silver lining, but it is a pretty cool hoodie. I really like that. Would you just look at the detail here on the freaking zipper? Like, the pull tab actually sticks out of the garment, and even the zipper up here does. So the details are beautiful, but this little eye thing, I really hope isn't happening to you guys too. The last item is just this cute little like crop top. Every swatch, of course, changes the look of the shirt. I really like this one too. It has like a couple little like details at the top, and it crisscrosses in the back on some. Yeah, it's a really cute little shirt. I love the sleeves. So let's just move on to the bottoms really quick. For the first item we have are these shorts. I don't really have a lot to say about them. They're kind of cool. Like I mean, they're nice, especially paired with, I think these are like base game tights. I'm not sure. They look really neat. And if you did like fishnets too, that would be really awesome. So we do have a pair of pants, and these pair of pants pair beautifully with the new boots that we've got. I really like these a lot. The thing that you can't see is that some of these pants actually have, hold on a second, where is it? Some like fishnet at the bottom of them. So there is no lack of detail in this kit. Like I'm actually wowed a little bit. And I think this kit is the perfect example that you should not judge a book by its cover, because even though the theme of the kit wouldn't necessarily be something I would just naturally gravitate towards, the details in these items are actually impressive. And I am so happy that over time the team has kind of evolved, and I feel like all of the items coming out have a lot more detail to them. So this skirt is definitely a fave too. I love that it kind of has like this kilt style to it with like the pleating, if that's what it's called. I really like the little details here with the little loop and just like the, you know, the crossbones or whatever the hell they're called in the back. And of course we have the big, thick, chunky studded belt, which is kind of bringing me back to my high school era, oddly enough. And then the last bottom we have are these, I like to call these like sketch pants, because they kind of look like a sketch with the outline, but I know that's not what they're called. Now I feel like these are great for more masculine sims, but I mean, I don't really think it matters, honestly, because my sim here is absolutely freaking rocking it. And if you heard that yell, that was BB Burger. It was going to be a year old, by the way. I'm dying. All right, so let's move into the full body. We have two items here. The first one is this beautiful, beautiful dress. I hate to say it, though. I feel like this necklace is kind of getting in the way of its beauty, so I'm just going to take that off really quick. But how cool is this? You know, with the fishnet, you can see your Sims tattoos, if they have any. We have almost like this like corset threading in the back. It's so slimming and just fits like a glove. Such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful item. I mean, I didn't mean to do this, but while we're here, we do have 2 new pairs of shoes as well. I will say, and I'm going to kind of just throw this in here, I will say that there are a lot of shoes that kind of remind me of these ones in the kit, but I do like these ones in the kit a little bit better. So we have like a shorter boot, not as bulky or chunky, and then we kind of got like this Moon Ranger looking pair of boots here that honestly I freaking love. I love these so much. I think Amy was wearing a pair of something like this for a very long time, so I like them. I think they're great. But for the second full body outfit is like this trench coat ensemble. I would say this isn't necessarily my favorite personally, but I still can appreciate all the different details that went into making this item. Also, it looks really good with the shorter boot, so that's just something to kind of keep in mind. Moving on to the male catalog, I was a little surprised that in terms of makeup, the males only had access to this, the face paint, no access to the lipsticks or eyeshadow. Very, very, very surprising. I'm sure if you filtered out the tags, you'd be able to get access to those items. But again, I was just a little bit shocked that we didn't actually get them right off the bat. Now, accessories, everything's going to be the same. There isn't going to be anything really new or different there. If we head into the tops, they do actually have, I think like 2 proprietary tops for the males. They have the same leather jacket, the same oversized shirt. We have this little t-shirt here, which is kind of cool. I have noticed like a lot of pixeling on some of these garments, which is just really bizarre. I don't know what is up with that, but I mean, it's kind of a little bit of an eyesore. Isn't on every single one. It appears to be primarily on the darker swatches and on these little patches, but yeah, that's the little shirt here. So you guys can kind of just see again, like the theme with the colors and like the patterns and stuff. Everything is very cohesive. We have like this little vest, which is kind of cool. I like the little zipper up top. I like the belts. Now, I will say, like after looking at the female catalog and looking at all the male stuff, the items are starting to blend together. They're starting to all kind of look the same because I feel like the features and the embellishments and the details are so like distinct and similar. They're starting to again just kind of blend. I will say I still really like the items, but I feel like it's just kind of starting to just, like I said, just kind of become a blur. But the other item that we have is this hoodie, and surprisingly, for whatever reason, the eye glitch that was happening with my other sim isn't actually happening with my male sims. So that could be mods. Like, let's just not, we're not going to blame the pack. We're not going to blame the kit, guys. We're not going to blame the kit. It could be mods, but if it is happening to you, let me know, because I got to do a little bit of digging because that's going to drive me nuts. But let's move on to the bottoms and see if there's anything new there. Lo and behold, nothing new. I think that was the fastest showcase I've ever done for the males, like in the entirety of my YouTube career, because you've seen everything. Like the females basically gave the males all of their clothing except for like 3 different shirts, which kind of sucks. I would have liked to have seen a little more variety for the males. But in terms of this kit and how I feel about it, overall, I like it. I think it's worth the $5 that you'll spend, especially if you do have other kits and packs and things like that. Like for instance, Grunge Revival and this, chef's kiss, they will work so good together, especially because with Grunge Revival, you end up getting these really cool fingernail polishes that are like chipped. And I think that definitely pairs well with the whole, goth theme. And in terms of Realm of Magic, I've noticed there's a lot of items in here too as well that'll definitely pair very nicely. Let me just go and show you really quick what I'm talking about. Like, see how these boots are kind of similar? Like, seriously, this just it's a vibe. Like, it goes together. You don't necessarily need this kit, but if you got it and you have Realm of Magic and Grunge Revival and the Werewolf game pack, you're able to do so much with this. Like, the shoes from the Werewolf game pack actually look pretty cool with a lot of the male items. I don't know why, but I feel like for some reason they do. Let me just find them really quick. Like these shoes I think would look pretty cool on like the black swatch, and I don't know about this one so much. Maybe maybe if you were feeling funky, you needed to air out your toes or something. But these ones here definitely I think match this kit, and that's just a couple of the items. Obviously the werewolf, or not the werewolf, but the vampire game pack would work great with this too. So I feel like this kit definitely intermingles with a lot of the game's expansion packs and kits and things that already exist. On its own, it's also pretty strong, but I would say just the items start to kind of look the same after a while, and I don't really know why that is. It just, that's the way that my eyeballs are perceiving them. Before I wrap up this overview, I wanted to circle back to some CC add-ons that I found for this kit, which is crazy because it just was released a few hours ago. So if we hop into accessories and scroll down a little bit, Praline has isolated the earrings from this kit into sets or singles, meaning if you wanted to get this expander here as like a single and you didn't want it on the other ear, or maybe hey, you wanted it as a pair, you can totally do that because Praline has converted it to be so. Mind you, these are also base game compatible, so in theory you don't necessarily need the kit to get these, which is also great, and they're free to download it today. I almost slept on the swatches. They are the same exact swatches as the kit, but this one here, I don't know what it is about this swatch, but I am in love with all of its rainbow glory. It is super, super, super cool to look at. But we also have a pair of the hoop earrings as well. We can get them as singles, we can get them as pairs, and I really, really love the way that these look. I'm almost wanting just like these as an earring like set, and maybe even the hoops too, if that's possible. Do you see what I'm saying? Or maybe like putting the hoops side by side. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of things that you could do with this mesh. I wish I could mesh, because hell, then I would do it, but I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to that. But look at this rainbow swatch. It almost looks transparent. I really wanted to share that with you. And also Praline has a bunch of other piercings too, if you guys are interested in checking those out. And if for whatever reason you're still on the fence on whether or not you want to pull the plug on getting the Goth Galore kit, Rook here on Twitter at Twisted Trait compiled this little list of CC, or I guess fan created CC kits / packs surrounding the goth theme. I'll show them to you guys right now. So the first one is called Angsty Adolescence. It's a fan made stuff pack. I love the hairs in this one. I really hope they're a part of it. I don't have this one, but I definitely think I'm going to download it. And then the second one is DIY or Die, which definitely has a few elements from Goth Galore, which I love. And then the next is Creepy Creations, which has a little more diversity. And the last one is called Punk Pride. I'll have all of these linked either on my website at XUrbanSimsX.com or in the description. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this overview here. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, you know what to do, boo. Don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what did you guys think in the comments down below where the sun does not shine, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.